Across sub-Saharan Africa, hundreds of millions of people rely on off-plot or off-premises water sources for their drinking water. These can be things like surface water sources, such as rivers or streams, or a borehole with a hand pump that we often see in photographs. In Zambia, for example, the median household, especially in rural areas, lives approximately 10 minutes away from their primary drinking water source. When you add in things like the amount of time they wait in line, the queuing time, or how long it takes to fill their containers, and then walk home with 50 pounds of water on their head, you can see that the total time required to fetch water isn't really 10 minutes, it's closer to half an hour. Culturally, especially in the rural areas, women and girls are primarily responsible for the burden of water fetching as a task. In Zambia, what we found in our study population is that over 90% of the time spent fetching water on a daily basis was performed by women and girls. For a family of 6, you can see how the time spent fetching water really can add up quickly. That time cost is going to lead you to use less of it. This actually doesn't impact drinking and cooking water as much as you would think, but where it really comes into play is uses around hygiene, such as hand washing and bathing, but then also what we call productive uses of water. And these productive uses typically generate income or avert costs for the family, and can include things like planting and cultivating and watering a vegetable garden or keeping livestock. The goal of the study was to, in short, understand the benefits of providing piped water to rural households in Zambia. Currently, piped water in sub-Saharan Africa is quite rare. The best data that we have suggests that only about 2% of rural Zambian households have access to on-premises piped water. And dating back to 2007, this number has barely moved. What I was trying to measure with the study is how much time was saved after the introduction of these piped water networks, who was benefiting from this time, and how improvements in water access affected how much water was being used and how it was being used. Households who received piped water spent nearly 4 hours less per week fetching water on average. They also reported cultivating gardens significantly more frequently than those households who did not have access to piped water, and those gardens were approximately twice as large. In addition, with those vegetable gardens, households reported selling some of the produce that they were raising, but then also saving portions of it for their family as a food supplement. Obviously, some of our outcomes, like food security or dietary diversity or even household income, that will benefit the entire household, and we're very happy for that. However, we were very encouraged to find that those time savings that we measured, the nearly 4 hours per week in savings, those accrued almost entirely to women and girls. Given these findings, as well as the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which prioritize on-premises water supply, I think it's an imperative for governments and NGOs to aim to unlock these millions of hours of water fetching that are performed every day by women and girls across the region.